Okay, so we beat Elite Bloonarius finally. Well, I was able to do this yesterday, but I forgot to record the last 20 rounds, so I'm kind of redoing the whole thing. And I'm commenting actually over the footage. So I got the footage first, and now I'm going to be walking you guys through everything that I did to beat this guy. So, first off, I don't think that the Elite Bloonarius is as hard as people may think it is. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that people just got caught off guard on this entire thing. So, the name of the game is money. You need a lot of money to be able to beat this, and I think everyone knows this. This is pretty clear. So the way that you're gonna get to more money essentially is by making some sacrifices in the well, actually it's not only in the early game, right? But the more sacrifices that you can afford to make, the more money that you're gonna have later on, right? So let me walk you guys through my strategy. I started off with Ben. Ben is obviously the money making hero. We don't need DPS, we don't need anything like that. And I'm starting off with the free Dark Monkey, so we're trying to save up as much money as possible, and this is where the Road Spikes Monkey Knowledge, the Mana Shield, and the 150 lives that we have come in really handy. So I'm going for a 200 banana farm, and after that, I'm a little bit microing, this Dark Monkey here and there, doing some weird things, and I'm gonna get my Dark Monkey up to 003. So this guy is gonna stay 003, I think, up until around 27, so we have to survive off of it. And the next thing we're going to be doing is just buying some more farms. So I think I'm just going to skip over it. Try to micro your Dark Monkey, leave him on last. He does nicely when he's on last. And the goal is to get 300 farms before round 27. And that's when we're going to buy our boomerang. So the boomerang is going to be a 002 boomerang. That's going to be enough to take care of the lead balloons. And after that, I'm just going to jump now to my round, I guess, 38, 39 setup so that you guys can see how many farms I got and how the rest of the rounds went. Okay, so jumping straight into the tier 1 Bloonarius, you can notice a couple of things. First off, my defenses are not ready for him, and that's something that you also should be doing, I think, because you have 20 rounds to beat this guy. So that means that you don't have to be ready for him in the exact rounds that he appears on. So, the 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. You can afford to wait a little bit before buying your defenses, and that's what I'm doing. I'm buying more farms and actually was very greedy in my early game. I got 9 300 farms. And that's going to allow us, that's going to bring enough money later on through these 40s and 50s to be able to buy our defenses. So the way that I'm defending this is by using Ben's ability and the Spike Factory ability. And I think this is an amazing combo, especially versus the first one, because it does extra damage, and this guy releases, so the tier 1 Bloonarius releases ceramic balloons, and we just need obviously some ceramic clear, and that's the 402 boomerang and the 204 bomb shooter, and I even have like a third tier alchemist. It's like a 320 I think alchemist, and that's about it. I even threw in a 203 texture, which is not doing anything, but we're gonna upgrade him to 204 soon. So that's that. Make sure to keep farming though, and don't be afraid to sell one of your third tier farms to buy a 4th tier farm. So for example, if you have like $15,000, sell one of those and buy the 4th tier, because the 4th tier makes a lot more money and it's actually worth it over the long run. So that is it. That's the tier 1 Bloonarius. It's a pretty simple one. Just combine your abilities together and you're gonna get this one. So I'm gonna see you guys on tier 2. Tier 2 Bloonarius, very important. This guy has 300,000 HP and we need to have a certain tower for each tier. So the tower that we need to have for tier 1 Bloonarius is the Spike ability. And the tower that we need for the second Bloonarius or the second tier Bloonarius is the Mad. And I know that that's a lot of money and we need to keep farming, but it is what it is. So the new tower that I have is like the 204 attack shooter. That's the only new thing that I bought, and now I just got the 042 Doubting Gunner. And during these 50s, sorry, the 40s, the 50s, and a little bit of the 60s, I just kept farming. So I have 5 4th tier farms. And essentially you're gonna get the money and just buy the Mad, and this guy is just shredding through the tier 2. As you guys can see, his HP is going down really quickly. Now what you're gonna need is, well, this guy releases BFBs, right? And so it just creates a big mess. So what I did is I bought another 204 bomb shooter and I bought a 402 boomerang at the back just to help out with the clears. And also it's nice to time your ability, your Rocket Storm ability, which obviously is gonna clear a lot of these balloons that are coming out. And it also does a lot of damage to the Bloonarius, so that's fine too. So let's talk about our farming goals for a second. We've got all of our farms to the 4th tier, upgraded to 420. And so our main goal now is going to be getting the Monkeyopolis. So I'm going to see you guys in like 10 rounds when tier 3 hits, and I'm going to talk more about this. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about farming, and then the thing that I mentioned before, and that is that you need a certain tower for each tier. So for the tier 3 Bloonarius, you need a sun temple and a mat. And you need the temple to be maxed out. So here's what we're doing. We got the Monkeyopolis. After that, I got the 5th tier banana farm, so the 520. I got the one in the top right corner, which is a 025, and then I bought a couple of 420 farms. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm upgrading my tags, my tag shooter to the tag zone. So I got it to 5th tier. I got the Glaive Lord, which is, obviously 50,000 in sacrifices because we're ready for the Sun Temple. And I got the permabrew, and I also have the mat. So we have 3 sacrifices of 3 different categories. So when we hit 100,000, which is now, I'm just gonna upgrade to the temple, and I'm quickly going to give this guy camo detection. I'm gonna give it some attack speed, and I'm gonna rebuy the mat. And this is all we need for the tier 3 Bloonarius, surprisingly. This does an insane amount of damage, but the thing is, even though we have a lot of damage right now, we need to farm more. So these rounds up until the tier 4 Bloonarius comes out, which are going to be, we are at the 80s currently, so the 80s through 100, we are going to need to farm really hard. So every little bit of money that you have, you're just spending it on 420 farms, and that is it. And also don't forget to, if you have some abilities, just use the abilities. So for example, later on, I'm going to be buying the village ability. I'm going to be buying a 502 sniper, for example, a 501 ice tower. We're going to be getting a 250 glue, but we're going to talk about that in a second. For now, this is all you need, so keep those abilities going. So for example, the Rocket Storm, keep buying more and more farms, and I will see you guys around 100. And that is the round where we are going to be getting our VTSG, so see you in a second. Okay, tier 4 Bloonarius, 8 million HP. This is insane. This is getting out of hand really quickly, and as you guys can see, I bought a lot of farms. The defenses are pretty much the same. I just bought the remaining tier 5 towers that we're gonna need to, well, not tier 5s actually, but towers that are over 50k so that we can make the VTSG. So we've got the boomerang, we've got the permabrew, I got the village, which goes very nicely. So before we sacrifice it, we're gonna get to use its ability a lot of times. And we also have the mat, so we got all 4 categories covered. I've got 2 of the super monkeys, the other tier 5s up. I don't know if you guys can see them at the top. And there we go, we're transforming and we're getting the VTSG now. The VTSG is, I believe, the most important tower to beat this. I'm sure there's going to be some dude that's going to beat it without it, but I think it's just a very important tower. It's a very strong tower, and even though it got nerfed in update 27, I think it's just amazing. So now that we get the VTSG, we start buffing them up, and we're starting to actually get ready for the last one, the tier 5 Bloonarius, because this one is a joke. So we are basically shredding it. Something that I forgot to do is actually I forgot to buy the range on it. So, after we transform it, make sure not to forget to buy the range. But as I mentioned, we have our farms going. The setup is pretty clean, I think, and it's pretty simple. So we got the permabrew, which above the VTSG, we got the ultra boost, and we're going to keep ultra boosting the VTSG. We got the ice tower, the super brittle, which I'm not sure if these guys, the super brittle, the cripple Moab, and the 5th tier glue, I'm not sure if they work on Bloonarius. I would imagine they do, but I just got them anyways. And as you can see, that's tier 4 Bloonarius, and it wasn't even close. Now the thing about the last tier Bloonarius is that this guy has 40 million HP, and this it's not going to be close, but it's going to be a little bit closer than usual. So now what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to buy the Paragons. The Paragons are insane, and so I think you just need to get them. I'm pretty sure it's possible to do it without the Paragons, but they're just super strong, and just get them. So I'm buying a little bit of 024 Dark Monkeys, and I'm placing them near the start. And the reason why I'm doing this is because the degree of the Paragon depends on the money that you spend, but also the pops that the towers have, the towers that you're sacrificing. So I'm kind of placing them near the start so that they can get a little bit of pops in. We're obviously not going to get a very strong one, but I think I got like a degree 33 on the Dart Paragon or something like that, so that's what we're doing. And obviously, talking about the money that we have, we are not concerned about anything, right? Because we're making a lot of money, the temple is making money, our farms are working like crazy, and now the only thing that we need to do is to basically defend, to buy our defenses. So I'm getting a 205 ace, I'm also going to be getting an Apache Prime, and I'm going to be getting a Comanche Commander, which obviously not going to do tons of damage, but they're going to do, that's just going to, do a little bit. Make sure to keep your Temple Ultra Boosted. It's not Temple, it's the VTSG. Make sure to keep your VTSG Ultra Boosted, get it to 10 times, and then when this guy appears, which is right now, 40 million HP, just keep using your abilities together. So use the village ability, the homelands. Make sure to buy a couple more villages. As you guys can see here towards the right, I got 2 more villages, which when the main one is down, when the homeland is down, we can use, we can alternate between these abilities. And now I'm just selling out the farms. I'm gonna get the Boomerang Paragon. We got the Dart Paragon, and that is about it, honestly. Like, I don't think I have anything more to say about this, because if you farmed enough money, you're gonna be totally fine. And that is like that's it. Like, if you have enough money, you can buy whatever you want, and it's gonna do enough damage. Just make sure to keep your abilities going. Make sure to use them together, because that's how you're gonna get the most amount of DPS. Make sure to aim your Dartling Gunner at it. Make sure to use the as I mentioned before, just use the abilities together and you're gonna do a lot of DPS. And that is about it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I finished up this game. I don't think it was hard, honestly. The hard part was figuring it out, but once you figured it out and once you kind of know what you're supposed to be doing, it's easy. So that's the name of the game. Make sacrifices early game so that you can have enough money late game, and that is basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this is helpful for you guys, and I hope you do it, because this actually unlocks the, what was it called? I'm the boss now. I think that's what it's called, the achievement, and that achievement gives you actually 2 Tier 5 Insta Monkeys, and I think they're kind of preset. I think that everyone's gonna get the same one. It's a 500 Dart and a 050 Boomerang, but it's a nice achievement to have, so go get that one. That's basically what I did. I think that, as I said, we need to have a certain tower for a certain tier, right, to defend a certain tier. So for Tier 1 Bloonarius, it's the Spike Storm ability. For Tier 2, it's the Mad. For Tier 3, is the Temple and the Mad. For Tier 4 is the VTSG and the Mad, obviously. Well, the Mad is everywhere. And then for Tier 5 is just buy some Paragons, Ultra Boost them, buy a Permabrew, and that is about it. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found it helpful. And, do the subscribe, the like, and all the good shit. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one.